Okay, fam, welcome back. So today we're going to be going over the grayscale trusts. So with that being said, let's get it. All right, so this is not going to be the max profit video. We'll do that in the following video. I'm sure you guys are waiting for that one. It is going to probably become pretty relevant here soon because you have some of these trusts that are really starting to get up there, that are looking like they may want to push past the all-time highs. And usually when something like that happens, I don't want you guys to be left in the dark as to what's possible here. So, anyways, let's go ahead and get into it. So, the trusts were down quite a bit today, unfortunately. Things were looking good right out of the open of the gate this morning, but then the markets pulled back. So, of course, crypto pulled back. That's to be expected. There is the unemployment rate and I believe the non-farm payrolls tomorrow. I think those are both going to come in really bullish. I'm not too concerned about it. Um, Tom Lee came out and said something like, well, I think the markets are going to be kind of hesitant because of the data for the next few weeks. And, after that, we get like the Christmas rally. I don't know. I don't know about all of that, y'all. I mean, he could be right, sure. But um, I think people are really just kind of hive minding the Fed. And that's a mistake to make because, again, the Fed, a lot of times the Fed will do, or they'll say one thing and do another. And that's exactly what a lot of these, I'm not going to name any names specifically, but a lot of potentially media outlets allegedly, and some of these really, really rich people allegedly may come out and say certain things and then do the polar opposite. Like maybe they'll say something along the lines of, oh, Bitcoin's garbage, it's going to zero, that's rat poison, blah, blah, blah. And then turn around and buy it after they FUD the crap out of it and the market tanks. Again, it's known as market manipulation, but it's not market manipulation if you don't get caught, right? And I'm sure some of these rich people probably have, they have friends in high places, so to speak. But that's a topic for another video. So the point I want to make here is that I think, regardless of what people are telling market participants, I think it's wisest for people to come to their own conclusion about things. I mean, remember we are in bullish seasonality. Usually right around Q4 to Q1 of the following year, roughly somewhere in there, is usually pretty bullish. Markets usually go up during that time frame. I mean, could there be reason to be hesitant over the next few weeks? I suppose so, but I wouldn't really put my money on it, to be honest. I mean, look, we all know what's coming in January. Okay, we all know Trump's coming and all that jazz. And any issues that we're currently having as a result of Bidenomics, and I bring this up because Bidenomics in my mind is a joke. I think it's an absolute sham. I think it's ridiculous that these Democrats even talk about that. Okay, but again, that's a topic for another video. We all know that Trump has great economic policies. Okay, regardless of whether you like him or not, his economic policies work, and they're very good for the economy. They make life affordable again, and they make people make money again and all that kind of stuff, right? That's what we want, right? So again, am I worried about the next couple of weeks? No. Am I worried about tomorrow's job data? No. I think everything will be fine. I think people are, just kind of, to take a meeting by meeting is kind of putting like a clinch on the markets. And I think that's stupid for people to think that way. It's understandable to be cautious, but, to the point where it's like, literally every time some kind of economic news comes up, we got to be cautious. Oh God, we just got to be cautious right ahead of the news, guys. We just got to do it. Oh my God, that crap drives me crazy. It is absolutely ridiculous, guys. I've been in these markets for a long time. Okay. I've seen so many different things: the pandemic crash, the 2018 crash, the 2022 bear markets. I've seen the meme stocks, crypto. The trade wars. I could go on and on about this. I mean, just absolute, so many different things. Okay. For people to just go meeting by meeting, data by data is stupid. Okay. It's stupid. I'm just going to call it what it is. Trump's going to get inaugurated in January. If Powell doesn't do what he wants him to do, he's probably going to get fired. We all know this. The whole data by data thing is dead. Okay. It's maybe going to last another 4 weeks or 6 weeks. We're going to be having this conversation. And then just like everybody else, Powell's going to fall in line. I guarantee it. Well, I can't guarantee anything, but if I could guarantee something, this would be it. Okay. All right. So LTCN. Unfortunately, there was a down day on LTCN today. That kind of sucks, but it happens. I mean, again, nothing ever goes up straight in a straight line, okay, without some kind of pullback. These things move in waves. They go up in waves, down in waves. Red on the day, but green on the week, right? So I'd still say it's bullish. We still do have the confirmation breakout here. I mean, it looks good to me. We chopped around in this channel for weeks. We have one trading day left in the week. Assuming we do close above this white line, I'd say we're good to push up to this next level here, 25 to 27. Any pullback to 1770, maybe 1650 would be a good area to buy if you even get the chance at this point. 55 is the swing high here. Just so y'all know, the all-time high is at 510, so we have a long ways to go. 240% gain here. BCHG's all-time high is around 60. I will say that once we get past this level right here, okay, that would be a break of structure. That would be a trend change. We push up into this resistance, and we get a break past this one right here at 1220, and then we'll start smashing all the way up to 20. It's obviously, I mean, it could just smash through all of them. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. XRP and XLM, I think they pretty much did that exact same thing. Just completely disrespecting resistance zones to the upside is normal for crypto, believe it or not. That may come as a shock to some of you, but it does happen. So yeah, once we get above there, we're good. On the weekly, it looks good. It's above the EMAs. On the daily, it's above the EMAs. We just got to get above that one major level right there, and we're good to go. So any pullback areas, I'd be looking for somewhere between maybe 730 to 760 at this point. You guys had all this area back here. If you didn't get it, well, that's your next best area. Targets, I'd be looking for 1250 to about 24 here. About a 215, 220% gain, so pretty good. HZEN, nice little pullback off resistance there. Am I surprised? No. I mean, again, we have had this is a crazy move. It may not look like it's that big, but this is huge. Okay, this is nearly a 2x in a week. That's 100% gain. Guys, when we swing trade stocks, per swing trade, we're only looking for about 15 to 20%. That's it. So we would have to take literally 5 to 7 trades just to make up for this one move. That's how big this is. Okay. All right. So, yeah, I'm pretty confident we're going to be above this structure. So if there is a pullback, maybe look for right around that potentially maybe $5 area, maybe even as high as kind of this 570, these candle tops right here, somewhere in there. But I mean, the way it looks right now, and how long it's spent in accumulation, I would not be surprised if it just kept going up. So targets, I'd be looking up here at 1140 to about 12 and a quarter. Let's just say it stops there at around that $6 area. That wouldn't shock me either. 115% gain here. ETCG, this is a good example of what it looks like when it just disrespects a resistance zone to just smash it straight through it. As a matter of fact, since we're on here, let me go ahead and look this up real quick because I want you guys to see this. I mean, look at these candles. This is ridiculous, right? But again, this is crypto. That's how it works in crypto. People that have been here for a long time, they understand the space. They understand just how crazy this can get. Okay, you have a potential resistance zone right here. What did it do? It just absolutely destroyed it. It didn't even stop there. It just went straight through it like a hot knife through butter, just straight through. Okay, XRP is another good example. This one has just been absolutely stupid. You can see, I mean, this is even better actually, in my opinion. You guys can see it literally tore straight through the all-time highs and did not even stop. Okay, it just went straight through it, just shing, straight through. Yeah, that's what can happen in these markets. So again, don't be surprised if something like that happens. Okay, so for this one, I'm just going to go ahead and call this a flip zone because we have actually had a daily close above it. The chances that this thing drops below the bottom of the zone by the end of tomorrow, probably pretty slim chance. because again, we only have one trading day left. So any pullbacks, probably somewhere around 13 and a quarter is what I'd be looking at. I'd have my sights probably set for the top of the zone here, so $20. And again, that's if you're just looking for short-term moves. If you're not, the all-time high is at $96, about 54% gain here. Yeah, the all-time high, you guys can see it's like way, way, way up there in Q2 of the post-halving year, which is not far from now. Okay, ETH, same thing. So a nice little rounding pattern going up into the highs. That's pretty bullish looking to me. Maybe third time's the charm here. We get a third tap of these kind of highs up here, and then we break out. I wouldn't be surprised. So a pullback area, I'd be looking for about this kind of 25 to 2650. Target would be the cup and handle target, 53. So 105% gain here. Again, if you're not looking for the short-term money, then maybe wait, stick it out for the max profit videos that will come out with soon, and then the all-time high is at 68. So do I think this thing could go past 68? Oh, absolutely, 100%. Again, because I mean, Ethereum has moved up, but Ethereum's previous all-time high is $4,800. Okay, so we're literally still like 25% off the all-time highs. So yeah, this thing could easily, very easily shoot past 68. Okay, GBAT, I'm actually going to do the same thing here. I'm going to flip this into a flip zone because the chance this is actually going to hold is pretty high in my opinion. You can see we're literally sitting right at the top of it. Chances that we get, the EMA is curling up like this, everything looks bullish, and then we get a dump straight back down below the zone. That's pretty small probability. So yeah, anywhere in this $8 to kind of $10 area, I would say is a good zone to pick some up. That's just my opinion. 32 at the all-time highs, 315% gain here. FILG. So this little tiny zone right here, we did get above it, and we are also above the EMAs with the previous week actually being above the EMAs. So yeah, if you get a pullback here, maybe somewhere around 56 to 65, somewhere there, and then the all-time highs would be the first target, so that would be 400. Again, we'll talk about the macro in a later video, but I think the Fibonacci retracements for FILG is like 2,000 plus or something like that at the highs, so it's really, really up there. It's pretty far up there. Okay, so 540%. GLIV didn't get a close above the structure level yet. It looks like it's maybe, we got one on the daily, but I'm not convinced with this tweezer top here, so we'll have to wait and see. I'd say anywhere between probably 1460 to maybe about 1650, potentially a good buy area. Again, because usually when these things lift off the EMAs, once the EMAs cross, sometimes the price does pull back into it and then it takes off to the upside. $80 is, again, the all-time highs, so the move here would be roughly about 420% gain. G-Link, this one looks good to go in my opinion. We got one trading day left. It, worst case scenario, it comes back and tests the EMAs and then takes off next week. Do I think that's likely going to happen? No, because again, I have said my personal statement is that I'm saying that likely the data we're going to get tomorrow is going to be good going into the close of the week. I just have a pretty good feeling about this. Okay, so any pullback area, I'd say probably somewhere between 65 to 85 as usual. It's possible maybe it gets a wick down to the EMAs and then pops up before the end of the trading session. 220% gain here. 220 is the all-time highs with about a 235% gain. GSOL still not sure what it wants to do, but again, this thing is pretty heavily oversold in a very short time frame. Usually when that happens, it does ultimately end up going back up. I'll show you guys an example of this actually with SMCI. And yes, we do follow stocks as well, so this one did not happen as fast, but I do want to point this out. Okay, SMCI was going up for a very long time. And then it had some crazy news catalyst that just, everybody and their brother wanted to dump this, and it went down 87%. But ever since it hit oversold, it's gone up about 169% off the lows. And again, you see the same signal here the oversold RSI on the weekly time frame. So what I'm saying here is that I think likely this thing is probably going to go up, even though this is a bearish pattern. But again, my buy area would be somewhere between 81 to 170. You guys can make up your own minds about that. The all-time high is at 580. It's about a 590% move here. GXLM, this thing is just sitting right there at that previous swing high. It's a little overbought. I mean, it doesn't mean it can't go higher. It could just kind of sit there for a minute before eventually popping to the upside. I mean, XLM has had a pretty explosive move. So maybe some of the other altcoins pop off for a little while this one just kind of chills out. That wouldn't shock me at all. That's usually, it's known as crypto rotation. We've talked about that too. So, yeah, maybe if you get a pullback, probably somewhere around this like 36-ish. Let's say about 35 to 40, somewhere there, maybe a good area to buy. 52 to 70 would be the target on this one. Obviously, it can go much higher, 89%. But again, we'll talk about that in a separate video. Mana. Yeah, this one actually looks really good too. Again, I'm not surprised because the underlying token, let's see if I can find it, Decentraland, has had pretty good moves too. I mean, this is pretty bullish. It went from 27 cents to 85 cents. I told you guys that Mana was likely going to go up, and somebody said Mana was dead. Well, I hate to say it, dude, but you were wrong about that one. So, yeah, for any pullback area, I would be probably looking for somewhere around maybe 1750 to 20. Again, the EMAs are going to creep up here into this zone as time moves forward, so that's probably going to hold. 70 is the all-time highs here. Potentially 315% gain. Zcash, the underlying for this one did go absolutely stupid too, just so y'all know. And again, usually I don't cover the underlying for these in the same video, but I mean, you can see this thing really just, I mean, holy crap, dude, this thing has already done a 3x. And keep in mind, Zcash is not really even a popular project. Look, you guys got to understand something about the crypto bull runs, okay? 90 to 95% of these projects, whether they're new, old, or, you know, whatever the case, I mean, they could be something as people would call it an SHIT coin, something as garbage coin as like Tron, or trying to think of what other ones there are. Bitcoin Gold, Bitcoin Satoshi Vision, Digibyte, all these endless meme coins that probably, you know, I mean, they pump, sure, but they have no real value. All of these things probably are going to go up. Okay, the most garbage of the garbage coins probably going to go up. Okay, 90 to 95% of these altcoins or cryptocurrency anything is probably going to go up. Okay, that's just how crypto markets work. Zcash is not a popular project. We did not position ourselves into Dash because it was a popular project. We positioned ourselves into it because we know that this is one of the oldest projects in the book, and it has had multiple cycles, and it has shown some great returns every single cycle off those lows. And we saw it at the lows, and we figured it was a good project, so we decided to go ahead and get into it. But just understand that most of these cryptocurrencies, you know, Coinbase, MicroStrategy, Mara, CLSK, Riot, the crypto dividend paying stocks, the spot Bitcoin ETFs, the altcoins, the Grayscale Trust, 90 to 95% of them probably going to go up over the following 6 to 12 months, okay? All right, so anyways, enough of that. Zcash, I'd say this white line is probably very likely to hold at this point. We may even have a, it's hard to say exactly, but we may even have a little mini, very mini, super micro size bull flag here, okay? And again, if this bull flag does actually play out, if I can get this stupid thing to do what I want it to do, this is a relatively small move, but for those of you guys that held from down here, you would obviously want to make as much alpha as humanly possible, right? Target would be about $10.30, so just above that zone. Another confirmation for me that this thing likely is going to hold on this white line. So any pullback area, I'd be looking for about 610 here as a buy. Targets I'd be setting higher at about 1450 to about 17.5, somewhere in there. And then, of course, you have the all-time high for Zcash way up there. We'll talk about that in a later video. 190% gain here, okay? All right. Anyways, hope you all enjoyed this content. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.